Hello my fellow gamers, as it's tradition, it's time for that channel update video. I'll be talking about the Off Meta To KSM Master Series, how it went and what's gonna happen to it, with what we're gonna replace it, 3 new series I'm gonna be adding to my channel, and some other things. So yeah, let's get into the video. So I finally finished my Keystone Master Series and it was a total mess. Though, because this sort of series is usually massive, it's kind of normal for me to go into panic mode, delay things, or mess up things. Overall, I'm kind of happy with it. A lot of the things that I wasn't happy with just weren't in my control. What I didn't like about the series was that the shaman and dungeons were completely different than what was in the live series. I already finished the series in a speedrun time as I got really good at making this series over the course of 2 years, but this was the first time I was posting videos which just weren't relevant to what's actually happening in the game, and that pissed me off completely. I retained the name of the series Off Meta because in Shadowlands patches were a rarity and a luxury, but in Dragonflight Blizzard decided to actually start making changes to the game when I didn't expect them. So yeah, a big change in philosophy from the developers, and here is where I also need to adapt as well. What I did like about the series is that I timed it pretty good in terms of when I'm able to edit them, allowing me to post almost daily, pretty much compared to before where it was an absolute logistical nightmare. We had no schedule, no nothing. It was like whenever it's up, it's up. I also like that I felt I got much better commentary and I'm getting better and better at that. So slow progress, but upwards in a way. As I said earlier, there's a change of philosophy in terms of game balancing coming to World of Warcraft. I realistically can't do an Off Meta To KSM Master anymore as Blizzard decided to buff those specs much faster compared to previous times. This means that I will change the name of it and also the classes and specs we're gonna play here. I will not be doing here KSM Master runs anymore as I don't want to flex, but they got a bit too easy. Even with the massive rollbacks that I had, I was still able to brute force it due to me having a metric ton of XP in terms of Shaman, Healing, Mythic Plus, and just in general planning such a series. I will talk in the next chapter as to what I'll be doing with the hero specs as we're not abandoning them or something. So to make this a bit more harder for myself, I will start off rolling in this one and renaming it to 0 to KSM Master so that it is easier for people to find it and so that it also attracts new people to my channel due to it being much easier to search for. Basically the same stuff we had before but as a DPS or tank and just a change of name. I created this channel in 2021 and started posting in January my first push to KSM Master to document and learn how to play the game as I was really bad back then. Because of the years that went by, my desire to participate in the MDI and sheer willingness to grind, I got above average skills in terms of healing, allowing me to basically do whatever I want with most healers. Over the years, I stopped doing YouTube for me to have a personal VOD channel, but to start doing entertaining videos as I have no desire anymore for MDI or Race to War First. Well, my skill has regressed by a lot, I still have the motivation, so at least we got that. I said this because we're going to be changing some stuff on the channel. To make my guides and other learning videos more believable, I will upgrade my hero series to something that I wanted to do since Shadowlands Season 3. I'm going to be starting 0 to Hero, the Keystone Hero achievement I mean, where we're going to be pushing really hard and I will start taking the game more seriously on my heroes, making my 0 to KSM Master series my goofy series where I just treat it more as a comedy show, as that's what I started liking to do. While I'm willing to rename it and change the goals, these upcoming 2 series can potentially be the last ones I do, simply because they require a planning of around 3 to 4 months, even more in some cases. And the reality is, I just get burned out. While I love all of my subscribers equally, as long as the series doesn't grow, or in our case, actually starts downgrading, then I'm just gonna call it quits and do other things related to World of Warcraft. It sucks that my main series gets significantly lower views, but my other videos get more. So it's more of a food thought as to if I should continue it. So again, the next 2 series I'll draw the line and see if it's worth continuing as again, I don't want to get burned out and I'm getting older and older and I have less time on my hands to do such series without really seeing any return of investment. The number 2 series that I will start for filling content on my channel during droughts will be the Let's Learn Healing series. This is strictly for me to have a backup plan for when I don't have anything to post, so that it's not a wasteland here. And based on the reception I get, I can also take requests for that. The goal of that series is for me to explain what I do in game and in real time, as it's different to analyzing VODs, as there's a chance of hyperanalysis and that leads to bad habits. We'll see how that turns out. This one won't be something that's connected or compared to my Keystone Master series or future Keystone Hero series, so basically one episode is not the end of the world, and being able to finally play more heroes will be a lot more fun. For the last series that I want to do, we have to go back in time a bit. In one of my channel update videos, I said that I was very unhappy with the guides on YouTube related to World of Warcraft specific topics. And I can complain all I want, but if I don't want to make a change, then I'm also an accomplice to the massive issue WoW has at the moment, which is the high-end clique it started having. Back when I started playing in BFA, my biggest frustrations was that there was basically no one to really tell me on how to play the game properly. I had to analyze VODs and spam an unhealthy amount of keys until I just got it. And I consider myself lucky in this regard that I managed to learn what was needed at a pace that never demotivated me, and that I also had experience from other competitive games on how to handle a task like this. A lot of people don't have a crazy competitive drive, but they still want to get better. Some people need a bit of guidance, and here's what I want to get. Because my goal was the MTI, I had to learn some basic things and more advanced things, and I'll be basically sharing that because, as I stated earlier, I have no reason to not share these anymore. So my first series are gonna be some guides rated on how to actually get good at healing. I'll be going over UI stuff, keybinds, how to analyze your gameplay, how to use cooldowns, and some other things that I have planned. I have at least 40 plus ideas for episodes, so that's going to be enough to get an idea if it's gonna hit. In one of my Off Meta To KSM series, I said that my hard disk drive decided to die, and that resulted in me losing all my future videos that I had planned. This means that I don't have any more B-roll footage, so I'll have to redo a lot of my upcoming videos. I've basically lost my Mistweaver guide that was supposed to come this next week, and I lost my upcoming Zero to Keystone Hero series that I started a few weeks ago. This means that I will need to redo them from scratch, and this will take time. I've ordered a new SSD and a new hard disk drive, making an upgrade to what I already had, but it's really hard for me to invest more into the channel as I don't make money off it, and it's purely a passion project at the moment. That could probably change in the future, hell if I know at this point. Because I can't invest that much money into it at once, that means making backups is pretty hard for me as storage costs money, real money. So yeah, hopefully that won't happen again, and I will try to keep a closer eye to my units to not have this happen anymore. With that being said, one last thing I want to say, a lot of my viewers are returning viewers, but they don't actually subscribe. At this point, I'm asking because I'm getting closer and closer to be able to apply for partnership, and this will allow me to invest more in equipment and make better videos while you guys enjoy my content. If not, then fine. I can't force you after all. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.